50th anniversary of Jaws. Let's talk about it. The basic premise of this movie is a shark terrorizes a small island town named Amity. And within the first few moments of the movie beginning, we meet our first victim, Chrissy, who is at a bonfire and gets, well, you guessed it, eaten by the shark. Basically, after Chrissy is killed, the only person that really believed it was a shark attack was Chief Brody. Everyone else was like, oh, it's a boating accident. It was a propeller. It was this. It was that. Any excuse just to not close those beaches since it was almost the 4th of July. Now we're to the point on the beach where they didn't want to close them down. Everybody's swimming, Chief Brody, his family, everybody. And then little Alex Kintner goes out to never come back again. And mind you, the entire beach paid witness to this. And after Alex Kintner's death, his mother literally put an ad in just about every magazine you could think of, and people were coming from all over to hunt this shark. And this is where we meet Quint. Basically, Quint says, yeah, I will find this shark for you for $3,000, but I will catch him and kill him for 10. At this point, Chief Brody has called him back up. He calls in Matt Hooper, and Matt Hooper is a shark expert, and he comes there to investigate Amity Island's shark problem. There's so many fishermen out right now, the odds are they were going to catch something, and they did. They caught a tiger shark, and this is as Matt Hooper is getting onto Amity Island, and he sees these fishermen with this shark. He goes over and he inspects this shark, and he literally tells them, I don't think this is the shark, but we need to cut it open to find out. And following the incidents that happened on the dock, Chief Brody goes home to have himself a little bender that night, where Hooper comes over and they decide they're going to go cut open this shark. And when they do, there was no remains of nothing. It was empty. Wasn't the shark. So after they find out that this shark that was caught was not the shark, they decided to do a little search mission out on the ocean on the Aurora in the middle of the night. So as they head out, they end up coming upon Ben Garner's boat, and that boat was absolutely trashed by the shark. So Hooper goes down to investigate. Upon investigating, he finds a giant shark tooth inside the hull of this boat. And he ends up dropping it because, well, part of Ben Garner come out to say hello. Here we are, and they take all this evidence back to the mayor, who still refuses to believe any of the evidence in front of his face. So he continues to leave the beaches open with spotters. And then an entire incident takes place with some kids trying to play a shark fin prank on the beach that day in the ocean. So after this fin is debunked in the water and the spotters find out it's just two kids playing a prank, then you got this girl screaming that a shark is going into the pond. Immediately, Chief Brody and everybody starts freaking out, and this is when you get to actually see one of the most terrifying moments in cinema history to me, and little 6-year-old me was terrified for the first time when I saw this, when Bruce the shark attacks the guy in the little boat next to Brody's son, the mayor's son, and all the boys out on their sailboats. And then after the entire incident occurs in front of the entire town again, finally, the mayor signs the paperwork since his son was in one of the sailboats that the shark was in the pond with, finally decides to sign the paperwork to hire Quint. And then we are off aboard the Orca to hunt for the shark. That brings us to finally heading off on the Orca out into the open sea to hunt for the shark with Hooper, Quint, and Chief Brody. And we finally get to it. And when this shark sails past the Orca, Quint and Hooper have a debate. Is it 20 or is it a 25-footer? And then in that moment, we are delivered one of the best lines in cinema history, and that is, you're going to need a bigger boat. We are fighting the shark, and nothing's working. The hooks, the lines, the sinkers, all that stuff in fishing is not working. Hooper has the idea that I am going to get into the shark cage and go down. And as he is doing this, everybody knows it's a bad idea, but he had something on board that could poison the shark and kill it, but he had to get it right up near his mouth. So he goes into the water, and the entire line breaks after the shark attacks him when he is under the water. And now we get to the epic ending. The shark has got Quint, and Brody thinks he's the only one alive, and he is fighting for his life. And moments earlier, when the shark broke the glass of the Orca as it was beginning to sink, he threw an air tank in that shark's mouth. And then as the shark is coming to attack him, he decides, I'm going to try to shoot for the tank. And he shoots and shoots and keeps missing every time. But on that last shot, he finally gets us and delivers a crazy line in cinema history. And y'all know what that line is. That concludes today's Get Cute and Talk Scary with me. Today was all about Jaws, my personal favorite movie of all time. Drop your favorite movie in the comments. And if you like to hear about movies, especially horror movies, Let me be your movie girl and subscribe to my channel. Bye.